How's my head?
This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, here on March the 31st, 2022. And folks, we're heading into spring. April showers as of tomorrow. Well, I don't know if it's going to shower. But you know what? I'm dreaming of Toronto. I love Toronto. I can't wait to go twice this fall for two horror film events. One of which is going to have my lovely friend Lisa Langlois from class of 1984.
Oh,
And I wear this shirt with pride because Lisa has connected me with Mr. Robin Barker, hairstylist extraordinaire.
Hello.
And Robin Barker is right now sitting in his office of sorts, the salon with Raffaello.
no.
Raffaello.
Raffaello.
I just put an O there. Anybody know? Everybody can say it. Oh,
Yeah, I was stumped on your last name again.
It's Raffaello Merrello.
Merrello.
Oh my goodness.
We call him Raph.
Like the Ninja Turtle.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
And Raphael was always a hot-headed Ninja Turtle, so I will not cross you.
And I have to tell you that, I sold my salon 6 years ago. And after 40 years, I thought I'd had enough. So I come and work with my long friend. I don't know how, over 50 years we've known each other.
Yeah.
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 And we have a crew of stars here. We have, about, I don't know, 6 of us. And everybody's well known in the business. And we hope to even get a larger collective. And
Well,
he fell down there. he heard a noise in his office and there's nobody in there.
I think Christopher might be there.
Oh, Christopher's still there?
No.
No, his son Christopher is one of the stars here. He's the artistic director of the salon. And this is his salon. And I've been working with you prior to COVID, right? Prior to COVID. Yeah.
Just before. Yeah.
So,
well, you were there in 2019 because I remember Lisa went there too. I remember the stairwell out front too was pretty cool. And when I was young, when I couldn't go on my own and mom had to get her hair done, I hated waiting for her.
Huh.
Lisa goes in here to get her hair done. I take a walk around the neighborhood to explore a little bit, and then I come in there and I'm like, wow, I'm liking this place. You guys got a really cool shop there. I was like, I could stay here.
We should go turn around and
Well,
see the other side.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you. I'll just walk down here and show you the salon.
Oh, look at that. I remember this.
And I will. I'll show you the artwork. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So here's the shampoo area. All these chairs massage our clients.
Yeah.
And back there's an aesthetic room, but just want to show you here on the wall. Can you see the
Look at
artwork there?
that. Oh, that's beautiful.
This artwork. I mean, Raffaello is a selling artist. Can you see it on there?
Oh, he did that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. That's great.
Yeah, I'm impressed too.
Well,
Oh,
We'll show you
wow.
another one. And if you get him talking about art, if you have about 3 hours, and he's a great philosopher. Here's a couple of other paintings. Here's another one here.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's in the reception area now.
Look at that.
The Odyssey of Being.
See, even the titles of his artwork is philosophical.
Oh, nice. Oh, my.
Waterfall ascending into the heavens.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it looks
and now we'll
great.
show you. This is the front window.
This is where I was sitting when I was there. Yeah, I remember that big rock.
Just so your patrons know, this is a rock. This whole park here, if you can see, I'll try and do it. Just let me know if you're getting the picture. You're getting
Oh,
the
I'm
picture
getting
there?
it.
Okay, so this is Yorkville, of course, and this is the Yorkville Park, And that's the rock right there. And this rock actually comes from Muskoka, and it's Precambrian rock, the oldest rock in the. And the whole park here is in 5 sections and represent different parts of Canada.
And you know what I heard? I heard
What's that?
that. Can you see that building right there facing?
Yes, I
That's
can.
That's coming down,
Yeah.
and that goes all the way to Bay Street,
Yeah.
and they're going to have that as a park. They're gonna,
Okay.
they're gonna make it into a park.
That's
Everything
great.
is gonna be demolished, and it's going to be a continuity of this park here all the way to Bay Street. Isn't that
Well, yeah,
interesting?
they, on the other side of Bay, they had this huge parking lot and a whole bunch of buildings, including Marvell School, and they've torn down this huge amounts of property. And that's probably, they feel guilty. That's why they're putting more parking.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's just, it's a pity what they've done to Yorkville from my point of view.
And at the end of the street on Cumberland, can you see
Uh-huh.
Cumberland now? Can you
Yes,
see
I
it?
do.
If you go all the way down to the end of Cumberland to Yonge Street, that's east to Yonge.
Yeah.
My first salon in 1968, 54 years ago, was at the corner of Asquith and Yonge, where now there is a library.
Well, I was
It's the
gonna,
Metro
I
Library.
forgot to mention, I don't know, you probably interrupted me, but I was going to tell you that when I said I'd opened the salon for 40 years, and that was enough for me, I started when I was 32 owning a salon. He started when he was 18.
21, sorry.
21?
21.
21. Wow.
So, you know, how long have you say you've been on now? 54 years?
54.
Now
I opened up
Now we know how old he is.
February 15.
So you're 39.
There you go. I remember Jack Benny. Oh, it's fun.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful salon you got. Beautiful view.
We're going to sit down here again. So
Yeah. Yeah, Raphael, join us. Yes, absolutely.
We can join it and look outside if you want to sit the other way. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You like this
You,
view?
you can have this view if you want. No,
Your name there.
we'll just do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so do you have any questions you want to ask this young man?
Yeah, young. I'm gonna be 50 this year. Whoa. I'm feeling my bones
My
creak.
son is older than 50.
Huh?
You could be my son. Because my
I could
son,
be a.
well, my son is over 50, so it's like you're my kid.
How did you two meet?
I think it's actually interesting. I think we just met simply because we were both making a reputation for ourselves.
Mhm,
We're both very good at what we do. We love what we do.
mhm,
And at the time, in these particular times, they were showing a lot of photographs in magazines,
mhm.
and whether they were hairdressing magazines, but also the local newspapers and magazines.
Yep.
And very often, Raffaello and myself would be on the same page, or a photograph of our work would be on the same page, or a
Mhm.
story about hair, we would be included in it. And I think I first went into his salon, the one you just talked about, the one that was just down the road here.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was the first salon I went to and said hello to him. We tend to do that in our industry. If we have respect for somebody, we'll go into their salon. You know.
Well, you always know who's doing the work. If you're in the business, you know what other people are doing. That's how you learn, you know, what someone is doing. And then, you know, you appreciate other people's work because your work never ends in trying to make it better. It's just like an unending journey. You could be doing it for 100 years. It's still not enough what you could do each moment, each day. So you always know who's doing what. If somebody's doing really good things, then you appreciate the work and you get inspired, because now it's like you challenge to do as good, or if not better or different, and that you get inspired by others. That's how we get inspired. It doesn't matter what business, what industry, we always get inspired by other people somehow, you know.
And this time of the year, this is a time when I look for new house models. The
Mhm.
house model is doesn't have to be like a runway model who's 6 foot tall. These can be like 5 foot, because when you photograph them, you're photographing the head and you can't tell how tall they are. As long as they're photogenic and willing to do anything that we want to do to the hair, and they're open-minded, then that's when we create things that we haven't done before. And I tell you, it's still possible, even though I know that Ralph probably thinks the same as I do. We've done everything, but you can never say that, because the creative mind allows you to express yourself on somebody else's head, and suddenly you'll move a piece of hair and you say, oh, I haven't done that before. You know what I mean? Or I haven't seen that before. And we come up with something new. Because I remember a few years ago, people were trying to make bouffant hair come back. And they were backcombing the hair. First of all, they had no idea how to backcomb the hair. And secondly, they didn't do a haircut to do a bouffant. And because as you lift the hair up, you have to allow for the bottom of the hair to be long enough and overlapped. And when we did the bouffant, we would cut the hair so each section overlapped the next, because by the time you back comb it, the top layers end up being the same length as the underneath layers.
See,
You
he
understand that?
even lost me. He lost me.
It was a disaster to see these people trying to do beehives. But anyhow, and now of course the shag is, people are talking about the shag all the time, and the shag is how the Beatles' hair came into being.
Moppy guys.
And it was
the
just
mops.
a guy would have a short haircut, and if you leave it long enough, it becomes shaggy. And that's where the look and the name came from. And it's quite interesting. All you have to do sometimes, I used to go down, and you probably did the same thing, because you're always looking for something to move you. But I would go down to Queen Street, just as, not maybe in those days, maybe I would just go locally, because there'd be clubs and you'd watch the people who are younger than you, and they come out, and we have quite an artistic city. You know, we have the universities, and we have the art school here. And when people are in the art field, they want to express themselves. They want to be individuals. Whereas the average person, and I remember writing a thing about IBM, because IBM want you to wear whatever, they had a suit that you wanted to wear, a look you had to be. And everybody looked like robots. With young people, they want to be anything but robots.
Yep.
Express themselves, and not only in the clothing, but in the hair. And sometimes you'd see incredible, can I say the word shitty?
Go ahead.
Shitty haircuts. But if you looked at them and said, yeah, it's not done really well, but there's something there. And it's that something you try to refine a little bit, but don't over refine or you'll lose it. So it can be very exciting.
And
Am I getting you excited?
Oh yeah. And most of the time, it's the individuals that really they're out there, that they have that kind of, but they're eccentric. The individuals, they're the ones that basically create fashions, because they don't care about what everybody does.
Yeah.
They only want to do what they want to do, and what they want to do as a uniqueness, that if you, like in our case as hairdressers, you see something that says, you know what, I like that. I remember one time when we were on a Young Street here, this client comes in on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and she had short hair, beautiful girl.
Mhm.
In 1970, 71, and I cut her hair and I did her thing. So they used to live upstairs from the salon. The next day she comes back, and she comes in there and she says, I have to get my hair done. I said, what happened? Well, last night we got high at the time, and they cut the hair with cuticle nippers. So they came downstairs, and this cut that I did, it was all like spiky, and it was like this, that I actually got motivated, because her hair was so weird and so spiky that I said, I'm gonna do a cut. So I called another model. I said, I'm gonna cut her hair like this girl, but I'm gonna give her, call it a tough cut. So I was making the hair sticking out from the back of the crown and the front. And I did this because I actually liked what I saw because it was so weird. And I says, I like that. So if I didn't see that, it wouldn't inspire me to all of a sudden come up with a name called the Tough Cut.
Yeah.
So I did it. I did a tuft in the front, the hair sticking out like this, which now it's been like this for the past 5, 6, 7 years. And I also did it in the crown. So I called it a tuft cut, short and out like this. So what the heck is that? It doesn't really matter because you get inspired by things that you don't see and others inspire you. So individuals, eccentrics, you get inspiration because if you do what everybody's doing, it's no longer fashionable. Fashion is something that you don't see. Fashion is someone like you that's got the power, the confidence in themselves to say, I'm gonna do this. Now that's fashion. By the time everybody wears it, it's out of fashion.
Yeah,
I remember.
I forecast another bout. What was the name? The girl from Kitchener became one of the top models. Just escapes me at the moment. She was in Vogue and everything. Anyhow, she was a top model. She became the biggest model in the world, and she was from Toronto, Kitchener, and it begins with an E.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, okay.
And she took the whole world by storm, and clients wanted to get the haircut. I believe we've come to that situation again, because so many people have grown COVID hair, and it looks terrible, and they should be getting their haircut. And I think we're going to see a return to short hair. And don't you hope?
I think so. But this lady that I just did now, Sylvia, she used to come once every 3 weeks for color. Now she's got white hair after 2 years, and now she's accepting white hair. I said, that's fine. She still comes for a blow dry, but no color. But today it was longer. So today I cut it because she liked long hair. You know what? It's getting a little too draggy, like it's not lifting. So we just cut it a little shorter.
In most cases,
we're going to keep that way. So every 4 weeks, we're going to
good.
cut it so we can maintain the cut and the land in a certain precision. Because the past 2 years, somehow people have accepted a lower grade of doing things. There's no more that sort of that kind of status, the perfection. The thing is, I'll just grow it long.
I think it's going to take
now.
a year or two, but I think it's going to come back to that.
Yeah.
I think it has to. I was going to tell you a story about a famous hairdresser that we brought into Toronto.
Okay.
Trevor Sorby, he's from London, and he was considered the #1 hairdresser in the world at the time.
After me.
And after you. And what was the Scottish guy's name too? Irvin Rusk.
Oh yeah.
So he's getting old.
These guys so many times.
So
I've heard him so many times.
This group from Detroit and I worked together to bring these 2 different hairstylists in. And I remember I had this salon called Hair Force, so we had to walk up the stairs, and up on the wall was these hairstyles I'd done. And it was very, very spiky, and I did short hair and I did long hair. And he said, and he was like tongue-tied. He said, "Oh, I didn't know you did channeling." I said, "Channeling? What the hell is channeling?" He said, "Well, I do this thing called channeling, so the hair is spiky, just like that. How did you do that?" And we had this big, long conversation. And it doesn't matter whether you are in New York or Toronto or Milan, there'll be a group of hairdressers who will, like Raffaello and I, being in the same magazine quite often, who want to do things that are new because we don't want to stay in one place, whether it's playing tennis.
Well, sometimes I remember one time we got the cover with Public Carriers, 1991.
Yeah.
I mean, the only Canadian, I don't mind saying that, I hit the cover worldwide in this magazine. And they wouldn't cut the hair of these models. They didn't want to get the haircut. So you know what I did? I used wigs.
Yeah.
And I cut wigs. We had to spread in this magazine. So sometimes you can't always have what you really want to do. So you find other ways to get what you want to do. For us, it was like wigs. So what the heck?
Yeah.
Make a wig look right.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to be real hair, right?
I did the first cover of Toronto Life magazine, fashion. Yeah, it was called Chrono Life Fashion at that time.
It was a great magazine.
And yeah, and Georgina Cannon, who's the fashion editor, she says, you know, do something funky and stuff. Anyhow, the girls, again, that's why he reminded me, they wouldn't let cut the hair. So I actually had a couple of wigs, and like you, I turned the wigs upside down. You know, so they were back to front and upside down, and it made this incredible messy look that was on them, and it was what I wanted, because you didn't want to do things that were just normal. You wanted to stretch the boundaries, and he's like that, and all these other hairdressers I'm talking about, like Trevor Sawyer and Irving Russ, they're always looking to break the mold, because that's news in fashion. But I must admit, it's getting harder to find the models who will let you do something different to their hair.
But maybe these days, because of this COVID thing, people want to get excited. Maybe they're out there and chop it off. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
We have to go on a hunt, you know, looking for phases.
Well, I used to go down to, after Yorkville sort of cooled down, the next place that was hot, still pretty hot, is Queen Street West. And I used to go down there and stand outside some of the clubs or some of the fashion, not the expensive fashion places, the ones for the regular pocket, and see these girls come out of these funky stores with some really unusual haircuts. And that would inspire me. Some of them I get to be house models. But normally, very often, some of the girls that were having these crazy haircuts weren't the most beautiful girls. And that's why they wanted to be outrageous, to be different. But those ideas, if you take them and you put them on some incredibly good looking face with bone structure, it's amazing. It's just a thrill to do it.
Well, it's inspiring, you know, having the right people that have the confidence to go ahead and try things. You know, it takes confidence to do things like that. It's like you have to accept your own person as their own sense of beauty, you know. Accept yourself. You could do whatever you want. Who cares what you do? It's you. You don't need approval what you're going to wear or not wear. So you could do whatever you want, but you need that power of self-confidence to say, you know what, I can do what I want because I feel beautiful. It doesn't matter what.
So
Then
guess who I'm going to be seeing this weekend?
My buddy,
Yeah.
Lisa Langlois.
After months in LA, she's coming back. Of course,
I wanted to do something for her birthday, and she told me to text Emerson the address, and Emerson never got back to me. I think Lisa and I are like the only two people on earth that like to talk on the phone, you know, text. I was never a big texter, but
I would prefer to talk than text.
yeah.
You almost want to hear, you know, the voice is humanity. You want to hear the sound.
Yeah.
Most beautiful thing is also, if we're lucky enough to have our hearing sense, is to hear sound.
Yeah.
Words, theater, talking. You know, the other night I was listening. I just saw Hamlet, Laurence Olivier, and I listened to this guy talk. I said, "Look at this guy, you know, this actor, you know." And I heard the tone, the cadence of what he was saying, and then I realized that Hamlet he was pretty angry at times. So I never saw Hamlet being so angry. This guy, you get him angry at times.
Yeah.
So it was great to see. So without the human voice, what do we do?
A lot of things that pissed him off. You know.
Yeah. And yet,
like family.
There you go. Sounds familiar.
No, I look forward to seeing Lisa this well, at some point this year I got to have her on again. It'll be my third time having her on, and I look forward
down to do one of those, as you said earlier on. I think you mentioned, what do you call them? Yeah.
I plan I plan to go twice this October. I talked to Lisa about that, but I got her booked at one of them too. But we got to do Frightmare in the Falls. And that's at the end of October. And that's one I got her booked at. And Horrorama is supposed to happen after 2 years.
Yeah.
Horrorama, the first week of October. So I was very, very, very lucky to get my new job when I did, because I could put some time in. I work as a cleaner, and I finally got a job at the hospital cleaning, where instead of making $13 an hour, I'm going to be making 19. So I might finally put some money away,
Great.
because I've been struggling to do that, you know?
So it's made him confident. Not only can he afford to come here, but he's going to move here.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, look at that. All right.
Kitty, see, they think you're cute too.
Well,
yeah.
what's the name?
Skittles.
Skittles. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
You hear that, Skittles?
Can't
They
see
think-
his eyes, but I'm sure he's cute.
I used to have a cat named Spaz.
Yeah?
Spaz.
Spaz. Oh,
Yeah. I used to love to play with the guy.
yeah.
Skittles says, you're exploiting me. You're using me for hits.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
How old?
I don't know. He was a rescue. Skittles, you stay here for free. You don't even clean the apartment. You're lazy.
You know what? A lucky guy used to have someone like you that can say, come on in. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of these pets that they're basically abandoned, you know.
Yeah. No. When I go to Toronto, my brother drops in, make sure Skittles is fed.
Well, I had this place called Hair Force, and it was quite a large salon, and the staff wanted to get some cats.
Uh-huh.
Idea because it was in an old barn, and we didn't know if we had
Mhm.
stuff like that. So we got a couple of cats, and they named them. One was named Prince, and the other was named Fellini.
Okay.
Fortunately, Prince ran away, and I had to take Fellini home because Fellini, in the middle of the night, would jump from chair to chair. He had this game, I guess, where he jumped from chair to chair, and as he pushed off, he was digging his claws in the top of the chair, so it was ripping the upholstery. He couldn't afford to keep it. So anyway, I took him home, and he became my best friend, and I had him for 23 years.
Wow.
Long time.
Yeah.
He was a beauty. It was a sad day when I had to have him put down.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. So I think most people like cats. I know the city has turned into dog city. It's unbelievable how many dogs are here.
Yeah.
I'm a cat person.
I know, but
It's
some of these people
easier.
have cats too, but there are so many dogs here now. It's unbelievable, and I feel sad. I mean, there's a fairly large dog on the rock right now, and he doesn't. There's no way that dog gets enough exercise in a city this size. So
Why not?
Yeah.
Go for a walk?
yeah, but they need runs. They need.
Okay, yeah. But they got wonderful parks. But
I know, but a lot of people, they're not going to drive to a good walk. I mean, Hyde Park, they have a leash walk in there. So, I mean, there are, but most people are not going to do that. And that's why a lot of people have tiny little things about this big.
that's why I would never have a
and
dog.
they're cute, but I want a dog. If I'm going to have a dog, I want a good sized
Well,
dog.
Melissa's got a beautiful.
But you can't have a dog in the city because you don't have enough time to exercise. And then if you go away, what are you going to do? You've got to put him in a kennel. I don't want to do that
Exactly.
either. But most of all, first thing in the morning, I don't want to be picking up dog shit.
No.
It's not my.
Well, you got a
idea of fun.
plastic bag, okay?
Yeah, but it stinks.
My brother and his wife
That
had
worked out
2
in the
ferrets.
morning.
What's that?
My brother and his wife had 2 ferrets.
Yeah. Yeah, that was-
Well, they're like toddlers. They never grow up. It's like having a baby that never grows up.
Oh, I watched them drag my sister-in-law's hair dryer down the hall and into the bedroom and under their bed. That's where they hid everything, under the bed. I bought them a couple toys. After that first day, I never saw them again, but I knew exactly where they were. hmm
They're clever cats.
So anything you want to ask us?
Yeah. Actually, I saw the art back there. I'll try to keep this away from a 3-hour conversation, but Raphael, talk about your background in art.
Well,
Well,
I'm from Italy, a small town, and there was a convent, and they had a place there. What does it call it? A cloister, I guess. A cloister. And there was like a monastery, and in this cloister it was a beautiful. Then there was like an outside, just like this, with a garden, and there was it was just beautiful. But inside there were these hallways, like a quadrangle, and they had these beautiful frescoes on the wall. And I remember being 8 years old. You know, I used to go there and look around by myself, just to look at all these things. It's like, what the hell? And you look at it and it's flat, and then you go from the side, nothing sort of comes out, and you see these wonderful images. Holy, this is wonderful, you know? And I used to just walk around and look at these. Yeah. And then one time I remember I was by myself, and I went up the stairs on the second floor.
keep talking. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I just have to show what we're just showing you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
see the dog there?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 dogs there, another dog here. I wanted to get them when the whole 3 were together. That's what it's like in the city. It's dog town. It used to be called dog town.
Now it's dog
Now it's dog town.
So it used to fascinate me that I used to see these things on a wall, and I used to say, man, that's so, who could do that? So I wish I could do that, you know, make these things, because I used to rub my heads against the wall, and I used to go from the side to see, and then I used to pop out from the front. This is amazing. So it used to really get to me. I think I would like to do that. So when I came, I was 12 years old when I came to Toronto, and then I just bought my first set of oil paints and a canvas, and I just started to paint on my own. And it was really fun. And I got images when I first started. I call it early art. And I used to just do stuff on my own. I can mix paint. I just do this and do that. And all of a sudden you get effects, and you do it. So that's how I started. And then my first commission was at 13, because this deer hunter had a store, a sporting goods store, and the word got around that I was painting. So the guy interviewed me and says, I hear that you paint. I says, yeah, I paint. So could you do me some deers? I'm a deer hunter. I says, yeah, sure. So I went to the store and I just got a magazine and I copied these 2 deers. You know, that's what I did. And then the guy, he took the painting, and it was a fair size painting.
Yeah.
I'm going to show it to you just for fun.
Sure.
Which is.
Now we're only at 12 years old, so we've already, just giving you a warning.
I know. You got 7 hours? And I'm just kidding. So, but anyways, I said, yeah, I'll do that for you. But then after 30 days or so, the guy didn't pay me, didn't give me any money, but I was too shy to ask for money, even though it cost me money to buy the paint and the brushes. But I said, you know what? I said, I think I'm going to take the painting back. So I said to the guy, you know what? I've got to do a couple of things on the painting. I want to fix it up. So yeah, you go and take it. And he never saw it again. I took the painting back. So it looked like this.
Oh, wow. That looks great. Oh, nice.
Anyways, it's basically, you can't see it really well, but the idea was, yeah, I'll just copy something. That's what artists do. We imitate things, you know, that's what we do. There's a tree, you imitate a tree.
Yeah.
There's a haircut, you imitate a haircut. You know, that's what we are.
You want me to give you a suggestion?
Yeah.
I think you should do a painting that shows your window frame that we just looked out with that rock, but use your imagination what you want around that rock. And it doesn't even have to be the buildings.
You're thinking of nude women, aren't you, all over that rock?
See what I mean? See where
You
his
could
mind.
be, the Amazon jungle for all we know. You never know. But have that rock there. Could you imagine customers see that and they see like the salon windows, so it looks like you're looking out a salon.
See, I never thought about that. That's the beauty about creativity. Now, I would never think about that.
Why?
But because I can only think in a certain way from my own perception and what I'm feeling right now, what my pattern is of thinking. It takes another person to inspire you to do something, and that's how we go on. We
That
get
would be a great conversation piece. Imagine somebody seeing it. The frame of the canvas looks like your window frame, like whatever your window frame looks like, but it's looking down, you got the rock. They recognize that rock, but everything around it is whatever you want to put there.
See,
You could have the Amazon jungle, you could have whatever you wanted.
I could be flying in space somewhere.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just that's what inspiration is from other people.
Yep.
It's got that energy that it's in them, and we all need each other's energy to get inspired and move forward, you know.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine what a conversation piece that would be when people looked at it come into the store? Like, oh wow, that's that raw, what a creative vision, you know?
Yeah, isn't that a wonderful idea?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how we got started as a kid. And then when I was 16 years old, I found out later, my father, when he was 95 years old when he passed,
Mhm.
and he was in bed, and he says, I have to tell you something, Raph. He says, what is it, Pop? Your brother Michael didn't want you to become an artist because they don't make money. So let him go to hairdressing school. So my brother was a hairdresser, and I became I went to a beauty school at 16.
Yeah.
But I never stopped doing art. I had a show when I was 14 of other things, so stuff like that. And when I was 19, before I opened up the shop at 21, I traveled for 6 weeks in Europe to go and see all the great masters. I went to Paris. I wanted to see Mona Lisa. I wanted to see Venus, the sculpture, because I used to be intrigued by the Roman and the Greek philosophers and all these people. I went to Milan, I wanted to see David, Moses in Rome, and Pieta.
I was going to say, when I was in Rome, you just cannot. Have you been to Rome?
No, I've been to Toronto, that's
Yeah.
it.
You go to Rome, you get shocked by just walking down the street, and you'll go into this chapel, and there'll be this incredible, like 12-foot thing of Moses in Rome.
Yeah.
And then you see David in another place.
But David was in Florence, which is
Yeah.
the same thing, 18 feet tall.
Yeah. But there's art all over the place. Or, I mean, even going into the Senate, the old Senate, an incredible piece of architecture. You just don't realize how well those Italians back then saw.
Well, they all learned from the Greeks.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Romans and the Greek
But in
culture was really
in
powerful.
the ceiling of the dome ceiling, there is a hole. It's probably only this wide. Directly below it is a drain to the sewers that go underneath Rome.
And they were the
So
masters.
even if it rains, there's no water all over the place. It goes straight down.
Well, they did all that, the foundation in Paris.
Yeah.
All the plumbing was all Roman, whatever
Yeah.
they had to do. So that kind of stuff there, by making some money at 19, I was able to, and I traveled by myself, because when I would go to a museum, I would say, nobody's going to tell me, we got to go now. I said, no, I'll stay as long as I want. I actually, when I was in Paris, I actually was by myself. I used to go in the morning. I went to the Louvre to see Mona Lisa, and I actually touched Mona Lisa through here, because the whole thing is a smile of that woman. So I
What do
touched.
you mean you touched it?
I touched the
You
painting.
catch the touch?
I
You were allowed to touch the canvas?
Nobody, was nobody there. I wanted to touch the canvas that Vinci did. And I actually touched around the face.
You probably ruined it.
Probably. Gently. So things like that.
Probably doesn't have that smile anymore.
I touched Moses' knees and the Pieta. So what I'm saying is that all these things is that human beings inspire us. Other people inspire us.
It's actually
We
funny
inspire
what
one
he's saying,
another, you know.
As he's talking, he's reminding, because there's similarities.
Mhm.
I think artists are inquisitive. You want to know more, you want to see more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a town called Durham, which is in the north of England, famous for its cathedral,
Uh-huh.
right? So I don't even remember the members of the family I was with, but I went into the tower of the cathedral. And my family, I guess, stayed down there, my younger brother, and probably my grandmother, I don't know. Anyhow, the choir was singing, and I went up into the tower. I didn't know they locked the door. It turned out I was stuck in the tower for 2 hours until somebody figured out I might be in the tower.
How old were you then?
I was probably 8 or something like that.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, you wanted to see things, you wanted to look at things, you wanted to see the vistas and the views and the texture and the rocks and the temples. And I still have that kind of.
I mean, at that age, like it's the same thing. When I was walking these corridors, then I saw these stairs, and the priests used to be on the second level. They used to actually have the bedrooms in the kitchen, so there was nobody around. The stairs, second floor. Then I saw this staircase, a ladder. So I says, nobody around, no priest, just like this. So I went up the ladder into the attic. It was dark. There was little windows. So I'm in the attic. It was all dark, and I saw these figurines of these icons, like I don't know, a bunch of things, all these sort of saints or whatever. But they were a little, maybe 3 by 5 inches, So I took a whole bunch and put them in my pocket. I took a whole bunch.
Whose loft was this?
This was in where the priests were.
So
in
you
this convent.
You stole from the priest.
Yes, well, it wasn't the priest, it was in this attic, and there was a bunch of them. So I took a bunch and I put them in my pocket. So when I went downstairs,
I guess we have to be careful where you broadcast it, because could get arrested.
So, but these little figurines, it's just, I'm going to take these home and I'm going to see if I can copy them, to see if I could copy the images.
And were you going to take them back?
Never. I didn't take them back. So I took them home. So here, look at this thing here. So this figurine that I remember, we were in Chicago with Christopher at the West. We went to the big show there, yeah. And it was on a Monday. We went to the gallery. I said, let's go to the gallery and look at some art. I go in there, I walk in there, and I saw the original painting of this figurine. It was called The Assumption. Must have been 25 feet tall. And I said to Christopher, look at this. This is the painting from the thing that I stole when I went into the attic, this figurine. And now I see the real thing. Like, 30, whatever it was later. So it's kind of weird what you do when you're a child and how things correlate somewhere in time of when it comes to. So art was always part of, as hairdressers, all of that genetic artistic genes.
The other thing that we have in common, we both do music too. I mean, he's been playing music for a long time.
In fact, if you have a chance, go to YouTube and type Petro Bird.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Petro Bird, like petroleum, bird, B-I-R-D, and then look for a thing called lawlessness on the video, because
Kind of a documentary he made.
Well, I did about 75 pieces of art, and the music. One take, I went to the keyboard. I put all the vocals and the strings and the rhythm and this and that, and I did that one take, Robin, 7 minutes and 31 seconds. I had about 7 or 8 pieces longer, but I took the shortest time because I didn't want to stay too long on the video.
Oh, so how come you've lost how to do that?
What's that?
Everything else you talk about takes 5 hours.
I
know.
You did
this in 7 minutes.
Yeah, because I have to use that. Yeah, because it was music and it's a feeling. All I could think was 13,000 feet below the sea level. And here, human beings, we objectify anything that we want because we want, we can make it happen. 13,000 feet below the sea level.
What's he doing over
here? And all of a sudden, you spill it for 4 months in the ocean. I got really annoyed. I said, you know what? I'm going to protest, but how can I protest? I'm not a politician. What am I going to do? So I did it through images and music. So that was cool. Art and music.
This guy stoned.
Which one? Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he just signing stuff all over.
So it's an expression of things that we don't understand, and it's all about the mystery. What the heck is going on? What are we doing? Why are we doing it?
I tell you, you could do a whole documentary just on this rock.
There you go.
For a whole week, you'd edit it down.
Well, now,
And
you know
all
what
the
we'll
people-
do?
I mean, I'm going to show you this guy.
Oh, we're voyaging. Voyeur.
Can you see?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Look what he's doing.
What's he doing?
Well,
He's dancing.
Okay.
Isn't it
what he's
amazing?
doing, that's what I'm saying. What is he up to?
I think he's waiting to be discovered.
Look at him. Look, he's dancing. Look at this guy. Oh, he dropped his phone. Too bad. Oh my
Maybe he was recording himself. I don't know. Oh well. Well, there's only so much.
God. Fascinating.
Yeah. There's always somebody.
Oh, I can't wait to get back to Toronto. I'll tell you, I can't wait. You know,
Great
I
city.
right now got this job at the hospital, and if things go according to plan, maybe next year, once I'm there for a while, I'm going to think about getting a transfer to,
Yeah, I was talking to you about that.
yeah, because I think I'd like to live in Toronto.
I know.
You would love it. There's so many opportunities and such an integration of people from all over the world.
But
It's just
yeah, once
great.
you work for a good outfit like this hospital you just moved to, then getting a recommendation and getting a job in Toronto shouldn't be that difficult.
No.
Yeah. Well, so far it's been great. I just did a couple training days in the ER, and things are going great there, and the people are great, and I'm glad to be in there. And it's just an opportunity for me right there. And yeah, I owe a debt of thanks to Lisa for even inviting me to Toronto to assist her at that horror film convention, because had she not, would I have experienced this? No, I doubt it. Yeah. So I would have never seen your cool shop
Yeah.
And I think that
with that rock.
also, I think that Zuckerberg is doing something in Toronto. They can open up an office.
It's actually it's going to be in,
metaverse thing.
I think in Hamilton they're going to open a Meta.
No, I think it's in
META.
Toronto. That's what I heard, but I might be wrong. I thought it was Toronto, and they're going to have something like 2,500 people.
That's what I read.
It's
I didn't know it was in Toronto.
it's almost like Cupertino, Toronto has got that kind of high-end technology. There's a lot of opportunities, for young people like you guys.
Young, I'm gonna be 50.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm envious of a
Remember
stiff
50.
wind.
I remember 50. I loved it.
Yeah.
Even today, I like it. I love it.
I'm gonna be 50 in July.
Oh my God! Yeah, young kid.
I'm old. The other night I walked past a cemetery and two guys ran after me with shovels.
They did. We were counting. Okay.
But no, actually, next time I come to Toronto, I should walk in, see you guys here at the shop. Yeah.
That is, I was just telling a joke. I made a joke up the other day about the Rock, and I said,
What, Dwayne Johnson?
Hmm?
Dwayne
No.
Johnson?
No, the Rock out here. And I said to Raphael, you should change your name. I was trying to put a serious look on my face. Change your name maybe to Hard Place. I said, what? I said, yeah, because you've got the Rock over there, and then you could tell everybody where to find you, somewhere between a rock and a hard place.
That was so clever. I thought that was good. People do that. We call it the hard place. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The rock in a hard place.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Oh.
now he's healing this guy. He's doing a whole thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's tripping.
No, it's not trippy.
That's
Oh, trippy. Oh, trippy. Yeah, maybe trippy.
he has tripped. He'll
Yeah.
fall soon.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I look forward to getting back to Toronto next, and I should stop in there because I really like your shop. You got a beautiful shop there, and yeah, and love it when we get to do the parties too. Lisa and Robin and why is her name escaping me? Robin, help me out.
Which girl?
The one with the glasses.
Oh, Allison.
Allison, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it when we did our
Yeah.
Christmas party.
For TV and movies.
Wow.
Yeah. But she
Yeah, I
listens
haven't had Allison on here yet. It's hard to get her to respond.
very busy.
Yeah.
No,
What other
I'll text her or email her.
oh, I got your friends from Lost and Profound coming on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They're lovely people, very talented.
Yep, I got them there in Moncton. I'm here in Fredericton. So yeah, I got them coming on Sunday. And I was gonna ask, other than Lisa, what other celebrities have you had come in there to get their hair done?
lately,
I don't know.
well, I just did an actor the other day. He's pretty good. He's doing all kinds of stuff. But celebrities right now, lately,
we haven't
we
done so
haven't
many
done
lately,
it.
have
Well, the
we?
past 2 years have
Yeah.
been ridiculous, But I did Roberto Benigni when he was around.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. It was funny. I used to do Joan Rivers when she was around.
Oh, Joan Rivers. Yeah.
It was funny, but she was really, really humble. Everything that she was doing was basically, a show, was her shtick. But as a
Mhm.
human being, she was really a good human being. We were talking about stuff that she was really a humble person. Isn't that amazing? But her
Mhm.
talk was like, she's a professional comedian. So
Yeah.
somebody did
Did
some good in the past.
Robin, did you say that I don't know whether you said you've had Leslie Donaldson in there before?
Well, when I first met her, I haven't seen her in a while, but
Hmm.
not sure actually where she is right now. But she's, I met her through Lisa,
Yeah, same here.
but I haven't seen her in quite a while.
Hmm.
She had something on Facebook. She looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not really connected with Leslie. I haven't talked to her, and it's been a few years. But yeah, when you see Lisa, this weekend, you'll have to help tell her I'm looking forward to seeing her again, and I'll be, of course, in touch. I usually call her about once a week. So
Have you interviewed Art Hindle?
I haven't. I got to get Art on here because he's
Yeah.
done so many movies I like.
Yeah. I mean, I can, if you need me to shoot him an email, I can do that.
Yes, please. I mean, he was in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. He was in The Brood. He was in Porky's.
Okay, yeah.
He was in Black Christmas. And he was in that really crappy movie that even Lisa doesn't like that they were in together
Oh,
with Steve Guttenberg. Although Steve was not the problem, Lisa says, though.
I know a friend of mine, he did a show with Stallone, Rocky 2.
I interviewed somebody who appeared in Rocky 2.
yeah.
Who was that?
Oh, jeepers. Whitney Ryback. He was in Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. And when I interviewed him, it was in connection, the anniversary for that film. But when I was going through his credits, he had made an appearance in Rocky 2. Yep.
He was the reporter. He would be a funny guy to interview. He's so funny, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the Lost and Profound people coming on, the husband and wife coming on this weekend, and I got to send them the Zoom. And so I thank you, Robin, for hooking that up. I'm more than open to it. And yeah, please hook me up with Art Hindle. Lisa and I went and saw, there was a double screening in 2019 of White Christmas and Black Christmas. And Lisa joined me for Black Christmas, so I got her a ticket because she knew some of the people in it because it was shot in Toronto. And the one thing on her mind when the movie was done was, I wonder if Art still has that coat. And she gave him a call, and she apparently still has it.
You golf with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was here when I joined you.
Yeah, that was a great party, by the way.
Yeah,
We had a great party.
Yeah, I'll gladly take Art Hindle. I've got.
Too bad you weren't here for that party.
You would have loved it. That was during the film festival, and we had people saying that this was the best party they've had for the past 10 days over here.
Yeah.
It turned out was a good one.
Yeah.
A good one. Maybe we'll do it again.
There you go. I'll crash it if I'm in Toronto.
We'll celebrate the Rock.
You don't have to crash it.
There you go.
Are
There
okay?
you go.
You
You
get
know
enough?
what? It was so nice talking to you too. You guys are a class act, you know. Love your shirt, Robin. Where'd you get that?
Oh, probably. I don't know. It could be somewhere local. Could be Walmart's even.
Ah,
But you didn't say anything about my shirt.
you got a
Really?
cool shirt too. A
That was
nice dress shirt and a
Yeah.
t-shirt underneath. That looks good. I'm going total class.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going total class. Lisa, this movie is going to be 40 years old this year.
Really? Let's see.
Class of 1984,
Oh my gosh.
which is really weird considering Lisa's only 39.
It's not amazing.
The things that make starlets do, you know. I mean, she is a very good actress,
Mhm.
really good speaker.
Yeah.
You know Elwie Yost.
No.
I remember that. Yeah.
Huh?
He's too young for him.
You don't remember Elwie Yost?
Who?
Elwie, Elwy Yost, Yost. He was the guy who put on the movie shows when TVO first opened.
Yeah.
It was called
Okay.
something else. He actually came up with the name.
Talk about the
TVO.
movies. Yeah.
And look up his documentary. It just came out, and Lisa's in it twice.
Interesting.
Oh,
1984 was when Billy Idol did Eyes Without a Face.
yeah.
I love that piece of music.
Yeah, so Elwie Yost, there's a lot of stuff on there you'd like. Why did I bring it up? Maybe it was because of Lisa. I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, this movie was shot in Toronto as well. So, because Lisa and I went to.
I did. That's why I mentioned Lisa, because she talks twice. And when you hear her talk, you know, at both times, one time she's young and the other time she's a little older. And I mean, when she was young, she was just a fabulous looking girl. I mean, I fell madly in love with her when I met her at 18. And then she, you know, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to go out with this girl, and I'm leaving for Hollywood. She was gone like that.
He hasn't lost it. He still falls in love with beautiful girls, this
What was that?
guy. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you, she's the reason I met you two.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And she's been a wonderful vessel to me. And I wish I could have sent her white tiger lilies for her birthday this year, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. Did it last year, but you know what?
Doesn't have to be a birthday, you know.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I
Well,
can just surprise her.
It's kind of expected on a birthday, but it's more of a surprise when it's not a birthday.
You know what? You are right. I might have to do
I
something.
do it
like
all the
that.
time. It's the best time when it's not expected rather than expected.
I
There
mean,
should be no
sometimes
expectations.
It's really well known, especially if you're a husband like Raffaello. and you suddenly turn up with flowers, the wife will say, "What have you done wrong?"
I know.
But it's usually generally nice to give flowers. Just
Yeah.
for hell of it.
No, it's just, it's a beautiful thing. The first thing that happened in this world that emanated as
That's
a
what that noise was.
life force was a flower in the ocean, you know.
See the girls working down there?
Yeah.
But just keep missing.
Yeah.
They were yelling.
See, he loves it. Yeah. He looks at girls all day long, right?
No. It's
Yeah,
just the yelling. I wonder what that yelling was, but they were
Oh, I
opposite.
thought you were talking about the girls. Just
Yeah.
clowning around. Right?
There you go. There you go. Well, you know what? I need to drop in there whenever I'm in Toronto next. I plan to come in the first week of October for Horrorama, and then the last week of October for Frightmare in the Falls. So both ends of October, and then I'll see what my how my bank account is going along, how I'm saving, and I might be able to get a transfer to Toronto. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
I'm gonna send you some energy so that will happen. How's that sound?
I would love that.
If it happen, it'll happen.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
so
like I said,
It can't happen unless you wanted to. It's just a matter of right time.
well, you know what? I never traveled until Lisa invited me to Toronto that time. I get homesick just going to Moncton or St. John. How weird was it? I go to Toronto and I didn't want to come home.
There you go.
You know, and there's just so many places, and Lisa's shown me so much in and around Toronto. Like you get off the subway anywhere and you're just making a new discovery.
Yeah.
Like
gotta-
even where we went and got these done, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, it's like there's so much you can discover in Toronto. I love it. I love the culture. Um, it's just nice. And you guys got black squirrels there. We don't have black squirrels. I thought the bloody thing was a skunk the first time I saw it.
What color are your squirrels?
We got gray squirrels.
Occasionally we see a red one, but it's very rare.
We've got occasional red ones as well, but
There's quite a lot of red squirrels in England, and I miss them. Very pretty.
They got
we-
red hair.
I never seen black squirrels until I went to Toronto.
Well, in Mount Pleasant Cemetery, I saw a black squirrel with a red tail.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah, it was very weird. I got a photograph.
Are you sure it wasn't a ghost?
Well, I bid you two a wonderful evening.
Okay.
I'm very, very delighted to have been able to do this and see that beautiful shop of yours, the rock outside, even somebody giving us a dance performance. Talk
Oh.
about an additional
You
thing
want to
for
close
the.
on the dance? You want to close on the dance? Yeah. This is how you can say goodbye to Toronto.
Oh wow, was he still out there dancing?
Oh, I just stopped. They were both dancing together. I don't know what they're
Can
drinking.
you see him?
Can you see them?
Oh yeah,
Oh, he's starting to go again.
maybe that's a problem. They're drinking.
Yeah.
He's got no music. That's pretty good.
All right. So, well, we'll see. We'll be in
Greg,
touch.
Keep safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, it's been great. I'm glad we were able to do
When you
this.
finish editing, send Raph the video.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how to edit these. I have no idea,
How
but
do you-
that's okay. When it's ready, I'll send it. You guys can post it where you want to.
Would you have somebody edit it for you?
I have no idea how to do that stuff. My brother probably could, but he is busy with our folks. And our folks are terminally ill right now. So,
Oh God, I'm sorry to hear, man.
yeah. But I did get this new job. I'm on my second week with it, and hopefully it means some promising things.
Yeah.
Because Skittles will not get a job, so I have to.
You have to, yeah.
I have to.
Well, just get that energy and just look up.
Look up all the way.
Infinite. Looking down, you got limitation, which is the bottom of your feet. It's pretty narrow. You got such
You
a
sound
small
like
limit.
Clint Eastwood now.
All of a sudden,
Man has to know his limitations.
well, when you look up, there's no limit.
Well, Clint Eastwood has no limitations. He's still going. He's 92.
And
Is that right?
there's a line he came up with a little while ago because he was asked, so I hear you're doing a new movie, Mr. Eastwood. He says, yeah. I said, well, how come you're doing that? He says, like you're 92 now. He says, I keep the old man away from the front door. That's what he says.
That's a great line.
There you go. There you go. Well, you two enjoy Toronto. I plan to enjoy it when I arrive next. And you tell Lisa I said hello. I look forward to seeing her when I'm there next. I'll be calling her at some point.
This weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be having her back on here again at some point here, maybe this spring or summer, because we got to celebrate the 40th anniversary of this film. And yeah. And yeah.
You got a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah.
I do indeed. I do indeed. And what a memory this shop was, it was just so great to be in there.
I
Yeah.
wish you all the best. Stay
Mhm.
safe and all the best for your folks,
Absolutely.
Anytime
Absolutely.
they're visiting Toronto, they've got to come to the salon.
Yeah.
If I could move there, I could bring Skittles in there.
Okay, buddy.
Great.
Get home to his wife.
Oh my God.
He does all the cooking.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you gotta get home then.
No,
His wife is.
that's
the
one
best
thing
cook
I
in the
don't
world.
do is cook because I want to have one thing kept as ignorance, not
So-
knowing what you do.
Okay, so we have a performance now. You saw me through the window. And now he's giving you a performance. See?
Oh, look at that.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Is that a male or female?
Well, that's man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Don't out of your mind.
there you go.
All right, bud.
Well, let's go enjoy
We'll take
it.
this. Yeah. You go.
All right. God bless both of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Love
Greg.
Toronto. Enjoy it. I shall return.
Come and
All
see
right,
us.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will. Absolutely. You take
Have a good
care.
time with my friends.
All the best to you, Greg.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
No.